Owofa say Malik Basintale na asemato no.
Malik Basintale ne papa Paul no na ye immigration panyini.
And some lawyer Obi Bohen can a tro and a ocha Malik Basintale papa.
It's a here chairman Wontumi who has killed people, destroyed lives. Somebody who has led Samia Wuku.
Leader no nye good a man no nko so ebeba fam.
Because when we don't get Chairman Wontumi, who is the ambassador for galamsey, to be leading the galamsey demonstration,
have confidence in us. It is evident that the current approach to addressing the conflict has not been sufficient to restore calm. We assure you that when it comes to recruitment, we'll give the people of Bawku priority.
The IGP's visit is rather going to create more problems than good.
Yes, someone for you now, Kwaba, Ebium, Emra, Jumadi, so after set. Bokonto konasa sorry biemua IGP yohonu eko piemu ho na odi nsembebre etu dwa no nsembebre nso ene freche eba ya tenasi yede mu information nyina eba ene ochi no misinformation ene disinformation bi akoso atia Malik Basintale after science excellency John Dramani Mahama ede warning ekoma Ghana fo nyina no Chama Wontumi any TV station, afe ni radio station, micha Wontumi TV, and afe Wontumi FM, and Sembia Koso, ama chese, and some akwato chamba na busuya esawani, and sasa me, and a make a cho, among force, or heneba see do, and kasa sembra meno kase, and cause a police for a fano, nanso, or heneba gusua et tuana jumaso, ama disinformation, any misinformation, no e gusua e koso. Ewo ho baran sana no yenko na yenko tiedie siye ewo ho ye ba abusuan samu achi pa
Leader no nye good a man no nko so ebeba fam. Leader no ni vision a man no nko so no ebeba fam. Leadership o leadership me starting with baby galamsey de ya o kai galamsey NPP time na galamsey no was na man for ka be better studio ka say look galamsey no another
so where Owofa say Malik Basintale na asemato no general officer and this mabunu na boawura ho say you promise us jobs
you see
intiaba ye beje
oh yes
2 months is enough ye didn't trade you and so they just bump in there
enra look ya chichimponi oduru babia na omo heli no ti say Roman for ye be call ye Palm Sunday omo heli no say Roman for be call Palm Sunday nda asem obeka fa bawumia ho asem obeka fa MPP ho asem obeka fa nanado ho asem obeka fa mpayimfo ho ene ne papa unja ne papa na wo controller yeah Malik Basintale NDC Malik Basintale occupy position we no ne papa Paul no na ye technical beka say immigration panyini
controller yeah
migration panyini is it not family and friends
Fifi
quit oh that's okay say they go I said that Malik Basintale mo NDC me man na mo call on mo nkrisa say Malik Basintale I am passing lo obribo ancha say papa wo ono na president Mahama odo be hwe ha no odo papa so akoshe migration any order be they should just ask him cause onka monka bibia ka any there be over
force
true or false Malik Basintale ne papa oh no biological father family and friends asema beken I will for this country.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
And then some dozen, but issue wake it to Eddie.
Okay.
It does say, yeah, dress if you na bibia I come.
Well, the writer, Mamma was me check for as usual.
Oh,
now for yes, and I any come.
And some of course, on say, arre,
the writer,
but and some now all can video now, or more the two so not or more can was seven.
Okay.
On your TV for any posties our video.
Yeah.
But I'll TikToker. And a dust screen is so no.
Okay.
We are online.
Okay.
And on January 27th January.
Okay.
And we date now and now or trust a confusion at year head office as NDC grassroots are not allowed to see Malik Basintale. enti video ni nie original video ni ni onua tv for ena e posti sa video no ena wo makofa sa old video no ena mo so ede ye wo propaganda edu ba bia ha den
director aha ena da bia me pese ye nyina ye ntese se sa niema wi edaso system imu idie ena ye come together na se obi kodi sa nkomo na ye nyi nkomo ni mpie ema ogumfu se ada na nipa onka no kro ye bo ni video se ya mo ni video wa obetwan tro de adada nkrofo se ye go se obi tie na nipa na dwe ye ni se Ghana mabunu ni bia kwakọ pie Malik Basintale officer omudi jagu so se dada omunye nya adwuma
se mi hu video no ena me se da bi ma men track na fe no me check nhwa de se ensema wo mo ka no eyampa enti me track ya na me ko se say na tie ena me se da bi commander wo se di ade bant ntamfidie so
yeah the right too bad because baby a ye nyina dru as a country say okokofa old video yeah ni meaning ne yanko na nei o de be kasem fofora the right na che say oman na mahye da say yentwin kwatiri
ena wo se no ye woni padodo o mu he tv no
of course
that time no mu tie radio na wo ma die di o ma je eyampa
you right say obi hwe ana obi tie asumi so mo mu tie radio no na onhu video no o tie radio na dwe ye ne say ene ade na siampa the right side up say o hwe tv no so a obi o ha onhu earlier incident no obi mpo ho ohun iba ne rafi enti se ne o sabe hu video we ya na dwe ye ne say asem no eye no kra esi the right truth be told say ya tenase as a country na ya nyi sa ne mo ya free system ma emwa ye
ya pipifo no ye no edu ba bia enye
right
uko kan we ya se wo so wo ye propaganda
de me
nwa se ye no kra ne ye kan
right de me nwa no say enipa bi group beti mashada kase yen group we there right ye be twan tronko a I'm shocked say me kase MPP fo nyina twan tro most of nkrofo a omo kasa de ma MPP nei right omo intention nyina ye say yen twan tronko obi anim ase right omo ni intentions bi say ye de ye meka no kre na Ghana fo hu say ye ka no kre na ye de nemum ye pese ye gu obi anim ase by all means right asem we true be told coincidence there was a man for tears and said in the video no show no entimi enye coincidence da entimi see that say video na omo call Malik Basintale office after sena wanya appointment in January yeah na NDC youth epese omo ko chena security service na omo kwan no omo video nim ntade ehye omo ni dress omo de kwan no enei after 3 months some crofo yai asa she the same ntade the same dressing asa dia coffee so say omunya adwuma nyi ndo monte ase
o da bi say na ya tre bibia no
right too bad
27 January na onua TV for post is
too bad na sakaye memfa ne say a designed uniform bi say bi omunyina print ntade bi na omo share sa ntade no ko e beka so say kuo no omo ntade ni ndo ma sa hye ko bi but this one right entwaso mu enkoye they have to change na nkomo na omo di no
na misinformation and disinformation no e ho no yenwura ho ase egusu ekoso
yeah right true be told ade ba ko a mahu ni say aje say aban no man ho ye ha na emra na Asam George ene ye ka ho asem no right parliament empass na mampani ensign na emeye emra ya efri ho ko no ye nyina nim say clearly to say the Ghana he nim say ukun obi a criminal offense enti ehun afobu sem ti say no na no so me because anya sa misinformation right enya de omu be jaita because say o tie say the ade ni sitie from yebe to aba ene ye to aba wie ya manfo sha say yi omo ahoto so omo kuku stories omo kuki misinformation na ne bebe ya ba beduru na still afi na e badia the better ene me ne abronya asem o kan ye no afi na madwa koso say aban ni bebe o de be fa bi omo so de be hia no omo okwan bi o be fa so aban ni be gu ase better say nsem bi say na aban no antman delay with misinformation aban no wan hwa obekon aba ne nsabe gine okwan I was say abani taking all strict measures. Na omo mu yesi no abani strip omo naked.
How many times now be who say BBC, Al Jazeera, France 24 mo edi issue bi aba betena ho a omo kan de nya no kre.
Director, yeah dia no.
Ye gu ehun ani masi o.
Obi abie radio station. Any TV station only for one purpose say me TV station me dey buy adwuma dey ma political party say ekwan bia so say ekasama party no win elections. Assembly nyina no in the political party no eniema surrounding party ni nya papampo a dey share ni panitim say no still young kanjira nkrofo say eye papa say there be a party be sustaining any power na right omo di omo nkomo no omo side nkomo no ko one side bia na ehon so again interest but omo say Malik Basintale papa enei owo security services ni ma oye adwuma wo na sa asem ne ba na say bo Robert say u twantra mpoma kakada ho
oh na say yete papa bi Basintale bi din his excellency John Dramani Mahama man position our security 7 years
of course Amadu Basintale na the writer be pesa ye kai ho kakra na Malik Basintale nkomo bi okodi ye after say ye to aban we NDC we ne ya na NDC enye nsuaye metena aban mu no na Malik Basintale di nkomo kirem say opapa gu na okansem bi ka ho every time say mo ba boy na fia hesa video na ba
producer boy na ye nkomrai na ye koba ensem wachi pa.
My father said yes, he has shaked the hands of President Rollins. But one last person he wants to shake hands with is John Mahama. Unfortunately, my father passed on in 2014. After all the sacrifices he had done to the party, he never had an opportunity of shaking the hands of John Mahama. At that time, I didn't even know what my fate was, because I was a young boy growing up. Fast forward, in 2016, 2017, after NDC had lost, went for a program in Damago, and I was seated there. An innocent boy from nowhere. Then President Mahama was on the days. From nowhere, he just pointed at me and he said, "Young man, come." Then I came and he said, "What is your name?" I said, "My name is Malik." He says, "Oh, okay. I like you. Oh, what school do you attend?" I said, "I'm at the University of Ghana." Okay. I think I like you. Are you into politics? I said, "Yes, I do student politics." He said, "Okay. So you'll be my friend." I said, "Okay, sir." I didn't know what that actually meant. Then in 2018, I was there one day when his ADC DSP James called me and said, "President Mahama says I should go and contest for a position in the northern region." So I went and I picked forms to contest for Deputy Northern Regional Communications Officer. Somehow, I just won. And that was the beginning of marvelous things.
And some not confirming.
Of course. Now, a very bad.
Oh,
Every time to say, as baby a lawyer Obri Bwahi, and you know, dream. Oh, any baby a platform with so. Any like baby a wa far babidru enei na se for name keke obide balis Basintale enti unya tese obi nso de Basintale ene eye ni busuani Eberta obi di nkomo we twa Malik Basintale church nsem wem wa bra na o kyeremu se eye ne ya se opapa wu was na opapa ni so de hunu ni se obe shake President Mahama nsem because wa shake JJ Rollins nsem da
enti just and some lawyer obi Bwahi kanu.
Yeah,
and throw and Malik Basintale Papewu.
Right, of course, of Papewu somewhere 2013, 2014. Into Papewu came 10 years. Obi of Papewu over 10 years ago. And no catcher said, "Mampeni am of Papaya do security services." Oh, right, assembly say a bema in Sembi on Becabiano. You better disregarding say a intro. Because entro would a Burus to say, but the flock on assembly and how become a reasonable Ghanaian. I bet you was as I said, you can look womb.
Sometimes, over to miss send them a story. Sir Brighter, Munchedia, Nipasimazika, Munchedia, oh, yeah, that be missing our trip. No, my query said, no, my section was there. Story, no, a current story, and I say a old video. Because
baby, I hear the writer. So we are getting to a stage here. Baby, I dream and say, Ghana Babet say jungle. The Mwagu Murema. The only year and say, "When we have survive, will be a year to survive." Oh, that time minute or came, and as a boy minute at Dwaho, when we have a swap, who bet Nam come with a fascinating come.
And in some man of a catcher is excellence enough for young Queen story. So,
in simple words, Adia make a chairman Benin and said, "Sadia Trona Shazena and Wyatt Dano. Mampani, and you're very strict. Now, Obi Obetan to be a rat, a young children and funny 12 years. Yes, that's say a jailing crofwa, but I'm throw a 2
So I yes,
Rata say, Mampani and yes, it will go against him. That the Bami Yana said, Mampani Beko, in future generations no you didn't throw away na asas here in the media and trouble be a normal thing e wo man we ma go be try trust
okay
brother very bad man penny active very fast
okay quick one yanko na yanko tie IGP bro ko pie mu e wo Bawku na abusua ensama sieche pa yanko right
have confidence in us so that together we'll work and then we'll bring peace to this area. We assure you that when it comes to recruitment, we'll give the people of Bawku priority. We'll give the youth of Bawku priority. And so for that matter, a special team will come here to do special recruitment for people of the youth of Bawku. And I hope if I'm sleeping in Bawku tonight, I will not hear any gunfire. And I hope that people will assure me so that I can sleep here and then I can bring more people, the NGOs and investors who want to come to Bawku. So I'm going to test it tonight. If for the next 3 days I'll be here and I don't hear any gunfire, then I know you have received my message. So please forgive us, forgive all the security agencies where they have gone wrong. If anybody has any special concern about any security officer, please report it to us. We are ready to solve that problem. And all your grievances should go to the overlord. And when overlord receives it, I speak with the overlord every day, and then he will tell me your concerns and we work together to.
When in summer, IGP Yohonu Edikotuja ewo Bawku after say and Tokwano esan sorry yentumrika na yensan kotie this video emra enochi ena minority no before no eye press conference na chese omuso de nsem bebre etuja ekoba commander beka ni nyina bom na waye ni nyina ho adwuma.
The IGP's visit is rather going to create more problems than good. To say that lay down your tools and that if you lay down your tools, we will consider you for recruitment. It's something that one cannot understand. Why should people, I mean, yes, it is important. In order to de-escalate the situation in the Bawku enclave, it is important that we get all parties involved to lay down their tools. But for me, it will be absurd to recruit people into the security services based on the fact that they've laid down their tools. What it means, that if you do not even meet the criteria to be recruited into the security service, you will be recruited into the security service because you have laid down your tool. That obviously is not the way to go. It is important that we deal with the Bawku issue once and for all. I mean, if we all know the sensitivities surrounding the Bawku issue, so if we are not careful and then one ethnic group lay down tools and then they are recruited into the security services, we all know the chaos this is going to create for the nation. It is simply not the way to go.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Roger.
When in summer, just say akoso after say Bokunto kwanesa sorry yeah.
Of course.
And say IGP you know.
Of course.
I'm for Bonabaso. I want summer or the kotuja. Ewa dia. Opeso ye. Ede Emma Bawku youth no.
Yeah.
Everyone says there be. And you can faso kun and tokwano. The quick one.
Yeah, Roger. On the issue of Bawku conflict, you know. Had Jena a new baby. Yaba bedrua nse ntokwane ne yesu se ekofoma asama no hoso na enye obiade na IGP kwa okoye na a step in the right direction but ne nkomo no kodi ye no na other side enso etwe no left and right but brother IGP nsam no pesa me sha se free ho na me the minority there no esoso peko brother IGP I agree with him e woni nsam na okan ni bebremu esan se amanfo complain se untimi mfa jobs and replace asumdwe enu nti no se asumdwe ne wo ho a e so ye kunya asumdwe ne ye nya dua na ya beka jobs ho asem but baby am ne IGP adwene se obi a na koma gina so obi a ne buafu se wo pesa woni ne tena se ekasa na otie wo a age se wodi nkan ka asem a e ba ma na koma ato ne yem nti se wahwa se wo kono obi ne obi ku a opese wonya nipa na tension age se wodi nkan krokro no
matesa manfo kase even Wontumi TV kwa na omo kan omo program no
yeah
no omo cheche mu se obi aboko wo mo meka ne se youth no adi semone
yeah
na wo IGP wako ha Usano wo makono boko atena se di nkomo esre wo mu.
Yeah, director.
I'm saying ka GP ko no ye toto bo bo ka mu. Ye attack wo.
Director.
Ndi nka wo so ni police for no mo attack wo.
Director boko na o kam. So o ka se wo nkono boko ni gidigidia. From 90s Abina strike with military police. Abina ye do obeye bia. Director ye the curfew to omo so 6 to 6. Ye ti soldier for ogu krom. Director as a result of that nipa bebre afumugu still in change.
Ana ntokwa na ye ka no. Anya ntokwa tra o se commander dem se what chini da what kofa oda.
Director ntokwa na makofa hoda. And me kai se around 2022 about 2023 right me a witness to that me call boko na say edru anadwo na wo ti say etuo ne eka say etuo ni su a right you might think say ujina Gaza and etuo to but say unko hoda why be o say o enipa say nko ane wo ho yenti soldier for mu right at the time am call ho soldier 40 hoda da etikro ni police fu ho right na o ma ye reinforcement of 1,000 military personnel ntubeka say 1,000 abayoki midi 1 week ho na ntokwa no after 1,000 no afi ne mu ahye
na wo bi from ne nkwada brem no start hu ntokwa no
ye wo
bi yakuna busuani yakuni nia
of course
yakuni papa and the same pa no wo police ni na wo ba no so a ono de lo so
the roger
ye ndi amotre ne ni pa ne
example bi ekura citizen essay soldier for the amoka aba be kunipa for enti ye ntiase ya bo you are going to face the military wabako face military ni o makwa akoko se o ka sasa nipa no ntokwa na sa sore one ne nkan wasumdwe kwaso na wo say still yenkoye gidigidi areta gidigidi ne be at the end of the day ye soldier for na omye innocent police for no omo so be kwa kowu because at the end of the day no ananu ye ya IGP akoho no before say IGP ba be kono Director timamufo ni bi wiye as a result of that ene ye omo ya omo so omakwa akodi samone akoye bone a omo hihye police commander fie ndina trese they are not ready to give up
and some you can also me energy because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama aka ho asem say otwo tumfo na wo mo ayibi omo te omo kwa survey
of course
afenso so no IGP esi ya fast ono so ko
right because
yes obutu wana
baby asem na duru no te say a delegation now matia na president Mahama eka ho asem a otumfo da no right omo meet both sides and omo di nkomo ya omo go so try say omo be find conclusion to asem no but youth no temper e wo higher omo buafu no ontimi nsan ko gira youth na nim ko kan kire omo say ade na ma toto moba ade ma kwa ko hye ne yemfa tuo mu so right say wo di tuo gu omo so a we are in Ghana and e ko ba say soldier for some time ago ekoko chi mrante be mkuta tuo bia soldier ni na odi tuo no wentima operate tuo no but na mrante no e operate tuo no nti it tells you say weapons are e wo ho no ano ye tene Roger, I agree with IGP. The best thing is microphone nipa omo ho no mo buafu. Roger, calm them down. Oni omo nkasa kan bibi na nya omo de. Say ye omo da. Roger, akundi na kito omo mbe ja to form. Because say me bufu. Na uba na osa be shema bufu a say me kita weapon I will strike you. But say oni me kasa na Thomas Uma me da. Roger, me de makundi en be gu form. Say me di gu form a. And now betim the safety measures no atomani
na allegations are minority email
Roger
am say mo
Roger minority for the they also mo tia say IGP kasa no wan ka say automatically obi a oye yi to Bawku bi a o kontokwa bia no say ojai a ye fa no into the security service
e bi o mo so ni say the way on tokwa ni ginam e wo Bawku sa a youth na ni so a hia say o ma ya isa o de ko police service ni mu a one ho bekwa ko kunkum nipa
Roger
bi asa no mo fa no
Roger say ye won krofo a from that area omawura military ni omawura police until you cannot conclude say obi ani so ohye etudi ni kowura security service ni ma obekunkum nipa overall ye nyina so jitum say ye mpa nipa bote e wo security services adwuma ni ye mpa obi oye kufuo until ye obi at least oye intelligent na onye kufuo ye brave the writer say IGP ka say they will make them a priority in omo afa nkrofo police adwuma nu ma enkire se obi owo Bawku bia ombe kwa kofa no but se omo fa nkrofo ono aka se ombe suma delegation aba ho na omo ba behwem na omo fa nipa continue enkire se but omo ba nkrofo ho omo qualify no but they will give them opportunity obi ho a onye na adwo se o kwa apply
omo so be say national cake no ye cheche ne bia so omo so
but omo ka ho bi enti me beside this question tete na ye chi soldier for onam fia ya beto se oye be ma betima ko soja na ya fa ode ko no sa soja fo na ye ko fa ofifie na de wa ko soja ni mu ye do mo ko a ye show matadu ya no mu bedi bone ana brother e simple question no mu medi bone ene ye ntia se obi nso oboko ho na se hwe na okwalify na ye fa na entre se oba bedi bone brother me ne omo ye adwena nko omo hye o masem na se we cannot trade job for peace but say obeka say IGP say o make them the priority no brother entenyi hwe mampani ye campaign no o ka say obe make western region the priority brother no tre say western region kwa na mampani be hwe o man that be
okay where chi ena Reverend Hon Fordjour tiesim o say allegations are o maye ewo koken saga ena fe nuboni bi ababewuram ewo man Ghana akoba say ye kwa akɔkye no o say da bi say they was divert bokonto kwana na eze de oba be focus the DNT ena ma Reverend Hon Fordjour abawura ho quick one you go chemreba ensem wachi pa.
Beyond the immediate security concerns, the instability has devastated the affected communities. Schools have been forced to shut down, depriving children of their right to education, while key institutions and businesses are fleeing the area due to safety concerns. Critical sectors such as education and healthcare are severely impacted, with teachers, nurses, and other professionals refusing postings to Bawku for fear of their safety. The continued insecurity is gradually crippling essential services, worsening the plight of residents, and deepening the humanitarian crisis. It is evident that the current approach to addressing the conflict has not been sufficient to restore calm. The government must demonstrate greater urgency and decisiveness. The deteriorating situation in Bawku is a national concern, and the government must take immediate action to prevent further escalation. The people of Bawku deserve to live in peace and security, and we urge, as a minority caucus, urge the government to prioritize a sustainable resolution to the crisis before it spirals further out of control.
Reverend Hon Fordjour
the right away there ehu za the right true be told ehu Reverend Hon Fordjour after say and before no corner why the pressure be to so the right or try bia say or be divert attention no e dey come before from
okay
and as I say Osoro said they will come after him because baby at the end do no only asem no nkoda enti Bawku issue no they say a very trending issue and it is avia empanifo no mo MPP no mo ma ne kwan no no tumfa na no nkotumbi na kwa ko so no kra say no oba asumdwe Bawku asem ba ye no odi hu nkomo bi adan na aban ne fo so ma Bawku asumdwe ba hu ni say the right sana me hu no say Reverend Hon Fordjour na die odwane enti why na adwen say national security for penepa de ene odwane de akọ Bawku na fi wa sha say di Bawku issue no hu nkomo ni bia
divert story but oye dan was na so omo say ade che omo de nebeko yente ho hwe
right
the national security for me ente mo kan
God right me pese omo ma ye communicate ebia na speaker of parliament attract that akoma omo say ebia omo ntwen ono a ebe initiative because no omo twen afenyo markets and afenyo so be true speaker say speaker can be bia kire omo a omo kan kire because ye nim hwe de nim an say wa make criminal allegations di mo se mo be kire dia o se mo ko kire part all diverted dia ko Bawku issue no so Bawku issue no dey say e security service ani ahemfo no na solve onya ma wo mo cocaine ho asem no ye pesa ye ka kosi itini o ma yenka ho asem
quick one yanko this video emra Kelvin Taylor wa crash with chama Wontumi ama ensem bebre ene freche eba efa galamsey won sensem unse abato dwa se nkofo bi ba ye demonstration efa galamsey gusua ekoso oh my God mo quick one yanko che Kelvin Taylor mra yakoba abusua ensem wachi pa
energy stakeholders to government. They no moka. Almost say set clear deadlines in galamsey fight. You see energy stakeholders to government. Meaning maybe asa energy stakeholders they free. But let me take the story. They want the government to set deadlines. How do you set deadline for a persistent or a a problem that is ongoing? How do you set deadlines? You see, these groups, they are all MPP groups. They want John Mahama to make the same mistake as MPP in Kwasiafo. You see, the NDC is a government that is matured and intelligent. The NDC will not sit in front of Ghanaians and make statements that they know they cannot defend. The NDC as a government has told Ghanaians they are going to try and fight galamsey. The NDC is not stupid to get up one day and say they are going to stop galamsey in 2 months. Never. They will never do it, and I don't expect the NDC to do that. So obi bien anu Ghana ka say or a timeline to stop galamsey or a true for. And internet any MPP from Kwasiafo no, because they were playing on your mind, you know. They told you say they have a timeline for fighting galamsey. So what san nsuo or galamsey in suom. Now say o san or cap na the sue them. Do you know how long it will take for that insurance anybody? You have no knowledge. More knowledge, you know, but you don't want to admit it. Me say okopra na o the cap boom. Now o sa one cap na the sue them. Just that one cap, do you know how long it will take for that one cap to be clean for you to see, say, that the debt has basically separated from the clear water? And say, and the time a bro, now what they call assassia chairman Wontumi, Kate Jemfua, Kojo Ponkroma, Eya Kokuba Komogabi Moamoya Galamsey, said, no nasa udi bro eko guswa. Do you know how long it will take for that a bro to grow? It might not even grow. So how do you take timelines, make or set timelines to stop galamsey? Galamsey is a continuous fight. You cannot tell government, say, John Mahama, Emekanchiro say, 3 months or best stop galamsey nowhere in this world. You people were so stupid, you knew you could not fight it, you did not have any idea. But you were lying to Ghana for say you have a plan, you have 1 year, you have 2 years. You still think Ghanaians are stupid. Ghanaians are not stupid. Ghanaians are not stupid. Because of politics in Mukachre Ghana for say multiple presidents in that so 2 years galamsey will disappear. Whilst you knew say you people could not stop galamsey in 2 years. You knew it. But because now power, because now Ghana for you were using 2 months, 1 year. The NDC government knows how dangerous you people have destroyed the environment. They know what it takes, how long it's going to take to fight this galamsey menace. So politician be a TV so catch say NDC can solve galamsey in 2 months, in 2 years, in 3 years, or a true 4. But say John Mahama Jina TV so a catcher will say NDC will solve galamsey in 1 month, in 2 years, in 3 years, or bois. Galamsey, we cannot put timelines on it that we are going to stop it. We cannot set timelines because the destruction that the government has met, the government needs to take its time to solve the menace. Anytime I say more demonstration, munya for 42 years because as a more demonstration, now our government then will say they still need to continue what they are doing by fighting it. Because some galamsey demonstration na ebia aban so ni be ha inti ye pese aban ni be hanti ye pese mo pese mo demonstration mo nya sa 42 years sene be ya aban ni be hu se mo kai omo inti ye sre mo baby amu ko nya sika ye galamsey no mo fa binto because 1 or 2 or 3 and to be solve a problem no and to be ma aban too much pressure to be solving or fighting galamsey. We need to make sure demonstration every 2 weeks be amu be na sa for 42 years. Because the moment you are able to do that for 42 years, Abano will always be reminded, say, I will say, galamsey, no, intermediate. I don't care about what energy experts are saying. Nobody's going to set timelines. The government is fighting it. Those who want to demonstrate, they should demonstrate for the next 42 years. Remind the government every 2 weeks. Because you galamsey, 2 years time, we need consistent pressure. We need to be on the government. We need to let them know, say, the galamsey menace is our problem. Into more galamsey demonstration, it should not be once. It should go on for 42 years. I will say a pressurize your bino. I will say the be a man buying a kai. I will say the be a jina bino. So into 2 galamsey demonstrations, anyone or M1 because nana the danko for the better 8 years and the anya bibia. Into the siano. ye per se moye sa galamsey demonstration no ebe part of us every 1 week bia na o se ye na ye press conference na ye ba TV so na ye kaya ban no na ye the pressure to aban no so na ye nyina ya fight galamsey no because it's the responsibility of the government and the people of Ghana to fight galamsey. It is a kuo bi o Ghana say omo de omo person ma aban ya aware say galamsey ne hia or say stopping na e was say omo ye demonstration no for 42 years. So uja tuma aban re be fi anamo je same boa. So we demonstration enne now ye no china now ye no chirechi a the 4th day the re be fi esa wa say usika esa wa say eye resource esa wa ejimifo enti say opese de o ye no eye very effective a galamsey no demonstration no e was some ye no week bia because a continuous problem a problem aban no is solving every day. The moment you be demonstration aban re be fi. Into my advice to the people who want to demonstrate, it should not be a 1-day thing. It should be every week for 42 years. Because the NDC will take 42 years to solve galamsey problem. Tie. Me say, and the demonstration now mo koye no. Me say mo person we demonstration no. Obi di say chairman Wontumi mo man ndi anim. Keti Jemfu a ndi anim. Mo hia hemfo. Mo hia Kwaku Bawku. Mo hia eye MPP for mo din ewo Professor Hon Fordjour eye the report him no. Those people are supposed to lead the galamsey fight. Because when we don't get Chairman Wontumi, who is the ambassador for galamsey, to be leading the galamsey demonstration, because we need somebody with galamsey experience. Somebody who has been there before. Somebody through galamsey who has killed people, destroyed lives. Somebody who has led the destruction of Ghana's environment to lead the galamsey. Into ye here Chairman Wontumi. Ye here Keti Jemfu ye here Kojo Ponkro Masamia Wuku. Ye here obi to say akwei I gay ya no Lord Kome. Ye here Gabi Ochidako Kwaku Bawku. Ye here galamsey campaigns no more people no. You want them to lead it. Na sala la sule la ye 1 day ni akoda ne de entumi solve problem because a 42-year problem ne ye solve. Into energy experts, say energy stakeholders, we want to tell you nobody's going to set any clear deadline. There's no deadline in fighting galamsey. It's an ongoing battle. And it is like corruption. We are going to solve it and fight it day by day. You bet you excavators. You bet you illegal miners. We will devise plan. We will protect the water bodies. It takes time, gradual, the willingness to do it. And we have seen that this government is showing willingness. And we are going to help the government. In tomorrow demonstration, Charles BC wo monko fa nemra. Mrekuduka wo monko fa nemra. Eko ewusi wo monko fa nemra. Chairman Wontumi momma MPP for ni anim.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
And what a kid to be young enough for you,
yeah, Director, with a very interesting now, Nkomobia, a more de
no question.
Director, in some way, I'm mentioning from 2 different angles.
Okay.
Now, on the first part, measure a by now. See pressure I shall say air corniso concerning galamsey fighting.
No bread.
Director, Mintrahanka say Enisa will be a fighting against galamsey and as Enisa will be boa benchi. But I feel like 2 to 3 months in office, Nasa ye boa benchi bebreba. Director Baba say I too early to do.
I was a kaya bino. I was a bonnet bebre. And you say the blames need in our man.
Yen Timmy for blames no. And come out by but I was a kai abain said abain galamsey no egusua e kuye
because 8 years among 4 sense Wontumi for 2 months emeye
ye nyina ye ntiase sa nti abain de o se ye ne se nkaye na ene ye be kai aban se mampani galamsey no e wo mu se obeto ye but se de wonim no ekuye enti no fa ahodi shem na nkakra ye nko de nim firi ho the better say ye kai aban ne sa e be boa ye pa but say the pressure no seen to say at all costs a minor car say oba obeko galamsey enunti no onfa bosome mienu ana bosome miensan ko a the brother entwa ye because aban ya man 4 years in office
na mimi nkrofo bia o makoje o excavators
yeah
dia say aban no kakra oguso ti mimi twa be 4 years no
yeah na the brother
na 3 years
the brother excavators no Misanya different idea bi.
Say.
The right microphone bi ho a oji omo machine a. Na omo wurawura msa chinchina yemfa ma wo mu. Nti se utra anya ye. Na wanya mpanifo omo district level omo ye ni papa omo hwa video no so a. Wan hwa na omo mom atwe fidie ne de amankofo nti mampani ni Minister of Lands and Natural Resources ana galamsey for no ade ba kwa ye omo ya pa ne se oto fidie 40 billion na wo share fidie na nti na me se adwun se fidie na hyehye na ye se enye no eto da bi so ye hye bi kakra
se de
se ye hye bia etwa wo nsu
ana ye rebesi a ye mfa nkonkosi bi ankran
preacher asem nyina
ana bia kumasi a omo na mampani aba be hwe ana se lands and natural resources
the preacher any ye cha ye mfa nko military barracks so na mfa nko sisi military barracks asoja for ho ye nko park wa asoja for ho obi antimi nko ho nkofa but the preacher almost so ye demonstration
ana other angle na wo ba be
other angle no omo ye demonstration so the preacher we cannot begrudge them ye ntumi ni wo mo nko because omo ye Ghana fo a omo ye demonstration e ka kire ye se galamsey ni ekuyen and ye nyina ye kan se ampa ekuyen nti se abaya sesa asa galamsey ni da so ho aden ne de ye beda ne ho aka se galamsey ni enkuyen still ekuyen enso na esa ni effect no it is still the same effect nti I agree with them demonstration de omo nye but ade ba ko ne se omo ye as in kai dum omo de kai na so omo de bo aban ne kai se de be ya aban no remfi ne ho na omo betimi akon galamsey no nti omo nye demonstration na omo nye no in the right processes also omo ye no right we dey yetwa how we be but em se omo ye involved in galamsey mre bi etwama ya titi omo di en de omo nyina se aban no fight galamsey no se de Kelvin Taylor kan me ne ya adwen was ma unse chama untumi so ka bi se aban ne oso obeko galamsey onko galamsey ntete sade omo nyina no
na aban no ko galamsey a chama untumi wo hefa
na rete so o krata
ni policy a usi sa aban no bra galamsey ya chama untumi ntoaso
ti rete se ontimi ntoaso e bia onpeso obetoaso eniti no omwa na ye nyina ye demonstrating including ye nyina so omo ye galamsey omo ye demonstration against galamsey da but ye nyina ye be cover ye be di hu nkomo na Ghana for so hu se de city
okay e be so for ye musi ye ko e be sa ba biem ya cry fo nyina